Today I will show my business project WeCare. It's a product focusing on Alzheimer's. To start with, I will determine the problem by SMART analysis. The first character in SMART is specific. Alzheimer's is a brain disease that slowly destroys memory and thinking skills, and eventually the ability to carry out the simplest task. Dementia ranges in severity from the mildest stage, when it's just beginning to affect the person's functioning, to the most severe stage, when the person must depend completely on the others for help with the basic activities of daily living. The persons who take care of them also have to face tough challenges, including not limited to the consume energy, medical requirements, and financial burden. The second character in SMART is measurable. Success measurement of the first stage is to release the original software, which could really reduce the burden of taking care of Alzheimer's. This is the MVP of our plan. As for the next stage, we like to conduct the SMART hardware as the iteration of the whole business. In terms of achievable, personally, I have worked as a developer in Baidu for a long time. Hence, I can determine the basic features in the software app that are able to realize technically. As for the hardware, although I'm not an expert in this area, similar features, just like detecting falling, the heart rate, or blood oxygen, are all released in the Apple Watch, which means detecting the human physical status by hardware is achievable. Now let's talk about relevant, the existing competitors in market. We'd like to divide them into three parts. The first one is smartwatches. For example, the Apple Watch, Galaxy Watch, and the Fitbit Blaze smartwatch. They can all detect the physical status of the human. However, they cannot send a warning to family automatically when facing the emergency accident or facing the abusement or getting lost, because they are not designed especially for the Alzheimer's. The second part is Alzheimer's apps. They are designed for this disease. However, they mainly concerns about the memory training, which is only useful in the first stage of the disease. The third part is traditional care organizations. The quality of the care mainly depends on the moral level of the caregivers, because we can't get a real feedback from the Alzheimer's who don't have the ability to tell us about the abusement. So as far as the present is concerned, there is no perfect product which can help the caregivers through the whole process of the Alzheimer's. The last character is Tambon. Before there's a lot of top companies in this area coming up, it's better to release our MVP product in order to get more cooperation chances from hospitals and the government. Now let's talk about marketing evolution. There are 5 kinds of challenges that our target customer will face. They are energy, time, finance, professional knowledge, and the special COVID-19 environment challenges. As for the size, the market size, to start with, TAM, it's estimated that there are approximately 44 million people worldwide living with Alzheimer's disease. And we want to start our business in China, and China has about 10 million patients suffering from this disease, the highest number of any country in the world. At last, the TOM, at the early stage, we aim to occupy 10% market on the assumption of $9.5 is the profit of each product. We will have $9.5 million TOM. So on Earth, what kind of solutions can our product provide? We will talk about we will talk about it in terms of problems one by one. The first problem, the process for Alzheimer's is from memory decline to the loss of the ability to take care of oneself. We will provide two solutions. The first one, we will provide we will select the games which can train brains in our system. Second one, we will enable users to take photos from daily and add descriptions to make it as a card. When he take photos again, he will recognize the card and figure out what kind of thing it is automatically. The second problem, sometimes caregivers may forget to bring patients to take exercise medicines. The roles may change and they can now catch up with each other. So we will provide reminders in the sharing space through the professional doctor setting. As for the lack of professional knowledge, we will provide a system search engine focusing on the professional caring knowledge. And sometimes our patients may encounter violence or abuse without ability to prevent or express. We will provide the intelligent somatic detection and heart rate or blood pressure detection. When something seems unusual, it will send out auto warning. To prevent getting lost, we will enable users to set the safe space range and send a warning to caregivers if the patient is out of the range, and also recording the daily road track in case that something will happen. Also, there is a QR code including the caregiver's connections. If the passerby saw strangers find out the patient get lost, he will just scan the code and connect the caregivers. As for the fall down emergency accident, we will provide the body posture detection and enable user to make a one-touch call. Also, if the user cannot get up after 1 minute, it will auto send a warning to the caregiver. At last, as we all know, caregivers may be not quite familiar with the operations of the electronic equipment. So all of the operations we mentioned before can be controlled by voice system. In terms of VPC, I wrote a value proposition canvas. Our WeCare app and services help the Alzheimer's people and their families who want to take care of Alzheimer's by providing the scientific software analysis and convenient smart hardware service such as monitoring watch, unlike the traditional caregivers and ordinary smartwatch. At last, I also draw a business model canvas. The key partnership is hospital or professional experts in Alzheimer's or advanced care center. The key activities are disease technology research and software hardware development. The key resources we need are that Alzheimer's characters model and the technology infrastructure. As the value proposition I mentioned it before. The customer relationship are transactional and automated services. There are app-line, website or apps, hospital and care center channels. The customer segments are Alzheimer's caregivers, patient in hospital, and customer of care center. The cost structure are medical algorithm, research and development, maintenance, administrative cost, also the marketing sales cost, hardware equipment cost. As for the revenue stream are free media features revenue, hardware payment revenue, and some government or cooperation support. Thank you for your listening.